Hello and welcome back to Chasing the Target. Day 2 in Hyderabad belongs to India again after day 1. A dominant performance from Jaiswal. This time around, KL Rahul and Ravindra Jadeja putting on an outstanding partnership. And Jadeja continuing it with KS Bharat and Akshar Patel. Or Abhi jo hai India ke lead 175 ka lead hai, and they are completely dominating this test match. The way they batted today was really good. Jaiswal 6 and out, Gill out as well. Magar jo KL Rahul batting kara, calmness personified. He was very cool in his batting, didn't really try to go over the top or anything like that. He scored runs whenever there was an opportunity, solid in defense. And yeah, KL Rahul is back and form. Another really good innings. ठीक है, सेंचुरी नहीं मारा उसने, लेकिन जो कंट्रीब्यूशन थी आज, जितने भी रन्स मारे, it was top quality. And just shows he is a high class player. And again, Jadeja ये conditions में क्या player है भाई, he is so good, proper utility player. Him, Akshar Patel. I know Ashwin is unfortunately run out today, but even KS Bharat showed that in these conditions he can do well, score runs. And yeah, India is piling on the pressure. England way behind the 8 ball right now. I don't think England bowled badly today. There were times कि भाई दरवाजा थोड़ा खुल गया था. They had an opportunity, but India always was shutting down that opportunity because of the contributions from all their batters. Even Shreyas Iyer contributed with the 35, and they kept ticking away at the scoreboard. And now they have potentially almost 200-run lead. And once that happens, it's going to be very difficult for England to set any kind of total. It might be innings defeat, or even if it is a lead, it'll be a slender lead India should chase down. And they're looking very confident in this test match. The pitch, I think, is playing decently well. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई एकदम से ball पलट के causing problems, uneven bounce. ऐसा नहीं है. Yes, there is turn on offer, there is spin if you pitch it in the right areas, but it's not something where it's unplayable or anything like that. And India have shown by scoring 400 plus runs that it's not a bad pitch or anything. The crowd was good today as well in Hyderabad. It was a holiday. It's Republic Day. Happy Republic Day to everybody who's celebrating, and it was a good atmosphere. And yeah, this test match, it looks like it's in the bag for India now. It's just about going there, finishing off the job first with the bat, getting probably to 200 plus, getting Jadeja to his 100, Akshar Patel to his 50, and then they can probably declare and start bowling to England and make sure they keep getting wickets. England will go one way with the bat, they will be aggressive, but how much will they survive? That मेरे को मुश्किल दिख रहा वो तो. Yeah, it's been a fantastic performance. And India की अब देखो ये conditions में उन लोग की टीम इतनी strong हो जाती है because they have batting at 7, 8, 9 as well. Akshar Patel is probably the best number 9 in the world right now. The way he bats with so much confidence. Even after Ashwin got out, he came out, scored a boundary. He was good in defense. He was rotating the strike, and it was a very good partnership with Jadeja. And Jadeja has proven why in these conditions he is the best all-rounder in the world, because not only will he pick up wickets with the bat, he will delay the opposition from getting them all out, and with that he'll also score runs, pile on the pressure, and put India in a winning position. This is not the first time where there's lower order contributions for India in India. Hopefully they develop that overseas also, but yeah, right now they're in a very demanding, strong position. Like I said, I don't think England bowled too badly, but they're just up against a proper Indian unit who are very familiar to the conditions and are playing fabulous cricket. ठीक है, spinners so inexperienced hardly, I feel bad for him. He got smashed yesterday. He did pick up a wicket today, but yeah, like they're not on that level that you expect. But again, as the series progresses, these guys might get used to conditions and cause problems later. But right now, it's one-way traffic in this test match, and India will probably win this and go on to Vizag with a 1-0 lead. England are probably, they haven't surrendered, but I'm sure they're already thinking about Vizag now and how to level the series. Again, Ben Stokes' captaincy, there were questions in terms of polling changes. He could have got Root on yesterday. Today he got him on, picked up a wicket very quickly. So there are, some questions on his decision making. And even the selection of the bowlers, I know they didn't have that many options in terms of spinners, but could have used the spinners a bit better. When Hartley was getting hit, he could have brought in a Joe Root. He could have tried something different. I understand that his style is to back the player even if they're getting hit, but sometimes looking at the occasion, looking at the conditions and even the opposition in front of you, you'll have to take a call. Clearly, आज देख क्या जायसवाल को उन लोग जल्दी निकाल सकते थे कल अगर off spinner came on, if they played the matchup. But it's not a guarantee, but there's a very, very good shout there. You have to give yourself the best opportunity to get a wicket, and the best opportunity was to bowl an off spinner to Jaiswal. But yeah, KL Rahul, man, this guy was dropped last year after the third test was at indoor test match, and it didn't look like he'll come to the Indian Test team anytime soon. Lekin he's made a fabulous comeback. Middle order में पहले as opener खेल रहा था. He is a versatile player. You can criticize him, and he deserves criticism at times. But now we have to praise him. He's been so good. 100 in South Africa, and then this 80 is as good as 100. I think it was a fabulous innings on a pitch which was tough. It was इतना आसान pitch नहीं था. He was playing his shots when required. He was solid in defense. He knew exactly when to strike, when not to strike, and you have to praise him for that performance. And he's put India in a really, really good position going into day 3. I think कल तक wrap हो सकता है match अगर India पहले सेशन में ऑल आउट हो गया, डिक्लेयर कर दिए, then they have 2.5 sessions or at least 2 sessions to bowl to England. That should be good enough. Otherwise, maximum will go into day 4. It's not going to go into day 5, this test match. And weather permitting, I don't think there should be any issue. Tomorrow, again, we're expecting a good crowd. Kal Saturday hai, weekend hai, so today was a holiday too, but tomorrow, again, hopefully people will come in and watch the rest of the India's batting, bowling bhi aayega. And yeah, man, India in these conditions are almost next to unstoppable. Yes, but England shouldn't lose hope. They should just take the example of Australia last year. Australia 2 match हार गए थे. लोग बोलते थे क्यों आए लोग, they're now you can't compete in these conditions, this and that. And then suddenly after one match, the whole narrative changed, the pitch changed, the conditions changed. So there are ways India, there will be openings for England in this series, and they have to take those openings at the right time. Today there was a tough catch when Rahul came on early on. Folks got a glove to it. I don't think any other keeper might have even got a glove to it. But if those stick, then it changes the whole complexion of the game and puts you in a बहुत जबरदस्त position में रखता है आपको. तो yes, things like these need to go in your favor, and they got to keep going at it. They have a particular method. Sometimes they need to adjust it, but they have to believe in their abilities and keep going. I don't think a loss should determine their fate in this series. They still have a chance. They can still keep going. 5 test matches है भाई, बहुत time है अभी in this test match. I don't think it's going to be too straightforward. Right now everyone's saying 5-0, and I don't blame them कि भाई एकदम जो इंडिया खेल रही cricket और England, the way they're playing, it looks like it's going to be 5-0, but I don't think England should think of it that way. There is going to be moments they can strike, especially अगर आपको lottery pitch मिल गई या rank turner मिल गया, फिर आपको भी chances मिल सकते हैं इसमें. So they have to keep going. Even if they lose a test match, they need to keep going and keep attacking and believe in their abilities. But yeah, in India in these conditions, आप लोगों की batting भी देख लो, the way they bat so deep, it makes it so tough for the opposition. They're 7 down and Akshar Patel is coming in and he's batting so fluidly. Uski timing kadak ekdam se single double bhi rotate kar raha, very good in defense, no issues at all. And that's the thing, even if they're not being able to score hundreds, people are coming and contributing with vital scores, 40s, 50s. Even KS Bharat, I have to applaud him because there's a lot of criticism uski batting mein, कि भाई उसकी बैटिंग उतनी अच्छी नहीं है, वो he is not as confident with the bat compared to other keepers. But I think today's innings will give him confidence. ठीक है, he didn't get to 50 or 100, लेकिन that 40 that he scored, those are important runs. It adds to the team's total and can take them forward as well. Did Jaswal show inexperience in the way he got out? So there are 2 ways to this, Vinay. I think if you look at it, it was a poor dismissal, but the shot was on. अगर आप देखें उसका और KL Rahul का दोनों, the shot was on. It wasn't a great delivery or anything like that. And the way it got out, it looked ugly. But I think this is how you have to play cricket. If you see the modern day, or even like Virender Sehwag, Rishabh Pant, these guys also, when they're in these situations, they missed out on hundreds, they missed out on so many milestones because they're playing in a particular way. Now what happens is that if you're going for the 100, ekdam se aapka like 60 70 tak you're playing chances, you're taking chances, you're playing risky shots, you're doing everything that got you there. Then suddenly you're curbing your instinct, you're trying something different, and that doesn't necessarily, it might get to your 100, but it might not contribute to the team's total as effectively. Here I think I would look at it in a different positive way and say कि भाई, it was a well made 80, कि ठीक है सेंचुरी नहीं मिली कोई बात नहीं. Whatever he did yesterday, it took the whole confidence out of the England team, and it's winning India this test match. So the contribution was vital. ठीक है, he didn't get to 100, he played a bad shot, whatever it is, but that shot, that shot was on. It wasn't like he couldn't hit that shot. I think that was correct. Just the execution was poor and उन्हें out हो गया. So I don't think even KL Rahul, he played a poor shot. So I don't think his inexperience it's more I actually take it in a confident booster because ये pitch भी नहीं है कि like लंबा खेलना है वो, you have to play your shots, you have to play aggressive. The way Ben Stokes played, that's the template Jaiswal also played, and KL Rahul was a bit more calmer in his approach. And if you see KL Rahul the way he plays, he's scoring runs, लेकिन it doesn't look like hustle and bustle, it doesn't look like एकदम से उन्हें आके फोड़ दे रहा, but he is scoring runs. He's looking to find the boundaries, looking to rotate the strike, and you have to be a bit more positive in these conditions. Surviving is not the best way in on these kind of pitches, in my opinion. So yeah, that's how I look at it. I still feel it's a well-made 80, like from Jaiswal. आप देख लो रोहित शर्मा का भी शॉट देख लो, वो भी शॉट गलत था, गली शॉट खेला उन्हें. His execution was very poor, and it was something he shouldn't have done. My point was should have waited, as it was literally the first over. It's a new day. Like, I mean, that's how you look at it, and you're not wrong in that. But I mean, this generation, this type of cricket, you're looking at score. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. You're going to go and hit. And look, the captain himself, he could have waited till the end of the day's play and attacked today. But उन्हें कलीच मार दिया, shot out हो गया रोहित शर्मा. तो and Rohit Sharma has played way more test matches than Jaiswal. He played a poor shot, but Jaiswal, at least he's scored those runs and then gotten out. And I don't think, look, if you're playing a type of cricket which has gotten you success, you need to continue with that. You will make mistakes. There will be things. Traditionally, of course, आप hindsight में देखेंगे, आप बोलेंगे भाई क्यों खेला ये shot, वो तो natural है, कोई इंसान के. तो I understand your point, but I'm just looking at it in a different way. If you understand me, if you're playing in a certain way, go for it. And you could say the same thing in how he approached his innings yesterday. अगर आप कल देखें, you could have said he should have waited 2-3 overs, let the new ball get old a bit and then attack. But what did he do? He attacked the new ball straight away. You could have said he should have played till stumps, he shouldn't have attacked, but he attacked and everyone was praising him because they were successful. बट कल के दिन नेक्स्ट इनिंग्स में उन्हें आके फिर से मारेंगे, आउट होंगे, बोले भाई क्यों मारे, 2-3 ओवर बाकी थे दिन के. तो देयर आर टाइम्स, व्हाटएवर द टाइम इज, व्हाटएवर द डे इज, देयर विल बी मोमेंट्स इन अ टेस्ट मैच, वेदर इट्स जस्ट बिफोर टी, बिफोर लंच, बिफोर थिंग्स, समवन विल प्ले अ बैड शॉट एंड गेट आउट, and you'll say, why the hell did he do that? But I think that the process that is being used is going to get you success as well. So stick to it. That's how I look at it. Also, any comments on year's innings? Man, Shreyas Iyer, he needs to make the most of it. Again, I thought he was batting well again with KL Rahul. Could have done a bit, could have played longer. But again, let's see what happens in the next test match. He still has another shout. I think in these conditions, I don't mind Shreyas Iyer. He can play spin well. उन्हें संभाल ले सकता, वैसा नहीं है कि उन्हें नहीं कर सकता. So I think it's okay. But is he more like one trick pony where he's doing well in Indian conditions because he's good with spinners? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. He's one trick pony in the sense that he has many tricks against the spinners and he has few tricks against the faster bowlers, especially against the shorter delivery. He's set up more in seaming conditions and he has to work on that. भाई देखो सबके पास weaknesses रहते हैं. सुरेश रैना आपको याद है, he had a big problem with the short ball. He used to get out. He looked very uncomfortable, out of sorts. But he found ways. Even Ganguly, he had a problem with that ribcage area, but he found ways. So Shreyas Iyer needs to develop that. First, you need to accept it. You don't have to accept it in public, but in private, he needs to accept. देखो मेरे को यहाँ पे problem है, मेरे को इस पे काम करना है. जब आप वो accept कर लेंगे, then there is better chances because we all have weaknesses. Everybody will have. No one is perfect, and you will have issues. But it's about working on those issues, even if it looks ugly. You got to find a way to score runs in tough conditions. But yes, I think he's much more comfortable in India. Again, a decent contribution. He didn't fail as such. Of course, you looked him with the fact that his position is not cemented. You would probably want him ideally to score more, but it's fine. Is Gill the ideal replacement for Pujara and Dravid? Looking at it right now, I would have, maybe Sarfaraz was a good option. Somebody else could option. But yes, Shubman Gill, I think, is a very good player. He will have failures. He will have things. Now it's about upping his game. अगर आप देखो, even Jaiswal right now, he's in purple patch. उन्हें मारने वाला है ये वो. Next year, what's going to happen? Teams are going to start finding him out. There's going to be analysis on him. There's going to be a bigger database of his runs everywhere in the world. So oppositions will plan accordingly. Shubman Gill के साथ यही हो रहा है. He had a fabulous 2022, 2023. He was outstanding. He had like a purple patch, and now people find him out. He will have dips. He will have things, but it's about reinventing his game every single year and going there. But I do think he has potential. He's not the same style as Pujara or Rahul Dravid, in that sense, he's a completely different kind of player. I don't think he'll block out everything. Vaisa to nahi hai, but he has the ability to play one down for India. India are looking like they will bat England out of this test, win in by an innings or chase a very small second. Yeah, I think so. अगर आप पूछे तो India should win by innings defeat. I think they get to 200 run lead and then get England all out. And if they're chasing 100 as well or 50 like that, I think they should be comfortable chasing इसमें. They're understanding the conditions. They played pretty well. Again, it's not a simple wicket to bat on. ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई it's a flat pitch and 400 run easy से आ रहे हैं. It's a good wicket where there is pitches for the spinners, but at the same time you can score your runs. जो आज राहुल दिखाया, जडेजा भी दिखाया, अक्षर पटेल भी एंड में आके दिखाया. But there was times where Joe Root was coming, he was picking up wickets, he was beating the pad. So I think it's a good wicket, but India right now in a position where they cannot lose the test match, in my opinion. Travis said Gill is like Ponting and not like him and Pujara. I think that's a good statement. I would kind of agree with that. He's a different kind of number 3. But you're asking me if he's capable? Yeah, he's capable. Now he will have pressures, he will have failures, he'll have things. It's about him trying to keep improving, trying to get with the times, understand कि भाई उसके लिए भी plans है. How does he master that? How does he improve on it? The thing, there's a time when Virat Kohli was questioned कि भाई will he be able to play like Sachin Tendulkar? Because you remember 2014 when Sachin was finishing, 2014 or 13 when Sachin just finished and Virat Kohli was batting in his position, he was averaging like 5, like in England. You remember James Anderson was saying, and everyone was saying कि he's no Sachin Tendulkar and stuff like that, but he developed his game, he improved his whatever, his fitness, his style of play, his shot selection. He understood his weaknesses and उस पे उन्हें practice करके आया, and by 2015-16 he was India's best player. So that is a good example to have. I know it's very difficult to reach the heights of Virat Kohli, but Shubman Gill has a lot of talent. I've been watching him since his under 19 days. So मेरे हिसाब से उसके पास है वो ability to score those big runs. I just take his example of the Gabba, the way he batted with Pujara that day. There's a crack in the middle of the pitch. Hazelwood come in, Stark was steaming in. They were taking body blows, those two guys. And Shubman Gill played with immense maturity. Again, he didn't get 100 there, but that 90 odd was very crucial in setting up that win for India. So there is a lot of ability. And I rate that very highly, especially when you play in tough conditions abroad and you show that character, that maturity. Mere hisab se you have it in you. It's just about getting that consistency. It's about developing and improving day by day and looking to find new methods to score runs and finding your weak spots and improving that, strengthening those weak spots basically in your game. और जैसा मैं बात कर रहा जडेजा के बारे में भी, आई थिंक टेस्ट क्रिकेट में ही इज आउटस्टैंडिंग. इंडियन कंडीशंस में तो क्रेजी मैन, दिस गाय विद द बॉल, विद द बैट, व्हेनेवर इंडिया नीड हिम, ही कंट्रीब्यूट्स टू द टीम. He can bat with the middle order, he can bat with the top order, he can bat with the tail also. He's done an outstanding job, and India's batting looks so much stronger in India in subcontinental conditions because they can play that third spinner जो अक्षर पटेल है, जो बैटिंग भी बहुत बेहतरीन करता है. अक्षर पटेल समटाइम्स आई फील दैट इज अ बैटिंग ऑलराउंडर देन अ बॉलिंग ऑलराउंडर. आई मीन मैं थोड़ा ज्यादा बोल रहा हूँ शायद, लेकिन अगर आप देखिए उसकी बैटिंग, ही इज जस्ट so good at that position at number 9. You don't expect a player to play those kind of shots, to maneuver the strike like that, to leave the ball like that or block the ball like that. And yeah, it's outstanding, man. India in these conditions are fantastic. England will have to keep going in this series. They can't take a step back and say, bhai, this is too much for us. Even if they lose the next test or whatever, there's still a 5 test match series. There will be openings, and we've seen in India sometimes conditions are as such where India get into trouble as well. So wo situation mein England will have to strike and try to get back into this series. Tomorrow, I think the best case scenario is trying to get a lead. Try to get the lead to triple figures. If they can get a lead of 150 and set India that type of total, then they can fight. But apart from that, this game looks over for England, and they'll have to shift to Vizag. It's not a long flight or anything like that. They're just going, you can say, literally down the road. It'll be like a half an hour flight from Hyderabad to Vizag, and start preparing for that. But they still have to come out tomorrow, get India all out, and try to bat a bit deep. And kabhi series mein moral victories bhi rehte, you lose the test match, but there are certain situations, like for example, if you make India bat again, that's a moral victory. If someone scores 100 or someone has a big partnership then you have that feeling, "Okay, at least we did this in this test match." So I think that's what they have to aim at and put India in a situation where they have to chase. That's how England have to look at it right now. That Australia West Indies series, that match is looking really good right now. West Indies, what a performance today! First of all, they stretched it to 300. Their score 311. Yesterday Alzadi Joseph was scoring runs. He was playing aggressive cricket, and he after he got out, Sinclair continued batting today, and he scored a 50 and made sure that they crossed 300. And now they got Australia didn't get all out, but they declared 288 for 9. I think they wanted that period with the pink ball, try to pick up early wickets, and they did pick up a wicket. But yeah, Usman Khwaja top scoring with 75. Then you got 50s from Alex Carey and Pat Cummins, which gave Australia a chance to get close to West Indies target. Neto game khatam ho jata raha. In West Indies probably missing a trick there by not getting those wickets. But I think if you just see the scorecard in isolation without looking at the match, you would say West Indies are still in the front seat, and they have an opportunity to win a test match in Australia. Yes, when the partnership was happening, when Pat Cummins was batting with Alex Carey were batting, we're like, it is frustrating. Keep high. We had them on the mat. We had them 54. We could have get them all out. We could have got a 100-run lead. Instead, we have like a 10-run lead or whatever it is. But they're still in front right now. West Indies, they have to make sure they don't collapse tomorrow. Ye main cheez hai. Last time we look 80 for 6 ye wo ho gaya tha. They need to try to get to 200 something. If they can set a target of 200 plus for Australia, they're in this game and they can put pressure. And if they win, it'll be historic. Winning at the Gava, remember India did it, and if West Indies do it, it'll be next level. It won't be easy. Like again, I said, Hazelwood, Cummins, Stark, they will be flying in at you. They will test the West Indian batsmen. Lekin West Indies have showed they can bat deep. Even Alzari can come score runs, and they can keep that tail wagging with Kevin Sinclair. Joshua De Silva and Hodge also batted really well. They batted with immense maturity. और pink ball में के साथ के against वैसा खेलना मुश्किल काम है, but they did a very good job. Dravid said Gill is like Ponting and not like him and Pujara. Yes, Vinay, I got your message. Me, did you say this? Oh, sorry. Sorry. I already read this. But yeah, the West Indies Australia Test match is looking really good right now. Especially if you're a West Indies fan, there is a glimmer of hope that bhai Test match historic jeet sakte and do pretty well. But until day 3 है दोनों टेस्ट मैचेस में India will be looking to get that 200 lead and get England all out, whereas West Indies will be looking to set a 200 target as well and try to get Australia all out. I think that game looks more poised. This game is in India's control. They should be winning this test match. And yeah, there's the leagues going on as well. We have the T20 yesterday. Unfortunately, the Sunrisers lost. We've got the Dubai T20 going on as well. Right now, I think Mumbai Emirates are playing Sharjah Warriors. They're like 60 for 1 or 66 for 1. Then you got the Pearl Royals versus the Durban Super Giants in about 25 minutes. So there is plenty of cricket. Under 19 का भी चल रहा भाई. मेरे को तो बहुत मजा आता Under 19 cricket देखने. It's a very competitive tournament. These guys, young kids, throwing their bodies around, stopping singles, playing some extravagant shots, bowling with speed, with guile. It's been a good thing. Nepal today winning by 1 wicket against Afghanistan. Unlucky, man. They keep losing by 1 wicket. They should have beaten New Zealand. Now they could have won this game also, but they have lost by 1 wicket against Nepal. Nepal chasing down 146 with a wicket to spare. That was a really good match. So if you haven't seen it, you can see the highlights over there. It's been a really good tournament so far. I think West Indies allowed the match to slip a bit with the Khwaja and Cummins partnership bringing us to. Yeah, I agree 100%. If you look at it like that, it is. They let it slip. They could have been much more firmer in control of this test match. They could have had a better chance of winning this test match. Right now, it's probably still 50-50 because they have to bat and set a total, and we've seen them collapse in the past, in the last test match itself. And that's where they have to be a bit careful. And yes, I agree with you. They did let it slip. But if you look at it in isolation, if they just ignore what happened in the day and just look at the scorecard, they're still in front and they still have an opportunity. Now they have to take that opportunity. They can still score runs. They batted well in the first innings. They batted deep in the first innings. They have to replicate that now in the second innings. put on a competitive score, 250 chase, and then they're in it. The bowlers are doing a fabulous job. Yes, they let it slip a bit, but Alzari Joseph was on point today. Kemar Roach, this guy Shemar Joseph also picked up a wicket, I think. So the bowlers are bowling well, and if you put runs on the board, you can put this Australian team under pressure. But it's about Australia's bowling as well, man. That's the thing. They sometimes come and just rattle you, and then their batsmen have nothing to chase, and that's what happened last time around. Let's see what happens this time around. I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow we'll discuss day 3 of both test matches. We'll have a better idea. Maybe it'll be the end of the India test match, and we'll have a better idea with the West Indies Australia too. So stay tuned to chasing the target, and hopefully we'll get the latest. Tomorrow under 19 World Cup, if SA trash Scotland, the West Indies under 19 will be eliminated, which is kind of unfortunate, man. I like the way West Indies played, especially against South Africa. They had a very good chance of winning that game. Then they lost, I think, the second match. So they are under pressure right now. That kid, I forgot his name, he scored 100 against South Africa. So there is some talented players there. But yeah, it'll be unfortunate if they do get eliminated. I felt that they are a decent team and they can compete on this level. But yeah, that wraps it up. Thank you guys for joining me. Catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Ibrahim Bhai. Thank you, Vinny. Stay tuned to Chasing the Target for the latest cricketing updates.